my point is, so we got. I said when I walked over, I heard him say something about the problem with black men today.
Okay.
And I walked over here because I feel like part of the problem is so much division between us. So he was educating me on all the different tribes, and I'm looking at y'all. Most of y'all look like me. Most of y'all look like him.
From different tribes here.
Different tribes. Yeah. But then I'll point to my mans right here. Where your people from, big dogs? I can clearly tell.
His daddy darker than everybody out here.
I agree. I'm no, that part.
I'm just saying, man. I'm talking about.
I mean, blacker than he damn near your shirt color.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so his tribe would most likely be different.
No, it goes by the father. Give me Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. It goes by your father. Watch this, read.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Read.
And they declared their pedigrees.
They declared their what?
Their
pedigrees.
After their families. By the house of their fathers.
So no matter what people say, and some people say I'm mixed, I'm this, I'm this. No, your lineage goes through your father. Right. So no matter who you are, your lineage goes through your father. So if you can guess what? He got a so-called Hispanic mama, but who his daddy is, that's who he is, right? Just think about it. A man has the seed all his life. He plants a seed in a woman, and whatever the seed come out, that's what belongs to the father. Just like the perfect example. If you got an apple seed and you plant it in China, what would you get? An apple tree, right? You plant that same seed in America, what would you get? An apple tree. So the fruit comes by what? By seeds. Right. Just like the lineage of a person comes by the seed, right? It's no different. But how the tribes is a symbol, guess what? Give me 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9, right? So the Lord made us all the tribes together. See, Levites were the priests of the Lord, right? The Haitians, right? They was the priests of the Lord. But the Lord say now, since Christ came, guess what the Lord did this for us, right? Read.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
Read.
But ye are a chosen generation,
read.
a royal priesthood.
So the Lord said we are a chosen generation. We are a royal priesthood, man. So I hope all these people on this tribe, now when you see us waking up in the last days, guess what? It's not just the Levites that can teach the Bible. Guess what? Judah can teach the Bible. Right. Benjamin can teach the Bible. Right. Levi, Manasseh, all the tribes can teach.
Right?
Right? This is how we wake our people back up, man, to know who we are again. You get that, brother? You got any other question?
I think that was my main one, man. I just feel like it's too much. I understand we might not all be one and the same. We might not all have the same lineage, but I feel like, I'm not going to say the word black, but I feel like we all are, what my man said earlier? All of the dark races, all the Israelites.
That's right.
I feel like we are one and the same, even if, let's say your mama Asian, your mama comes from Japan, but your daddy black.
Yeah, that's right.
If you was raised in Japan, they're going to look at you as an outsider. You come around one of your people, you one of your people.
That's right.
And I just feel like, I ain't never really had that problem with the people of Benjamin, because I don't know, I feel like Jamaicans are very accepting people. Yeah. But I done been around Haitians, I done been around Africans, where they, I don't want nothing to do with you, nigga. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's a big part of the problem.
See, watch this. Go to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. You want to know how to stop black on black crime tonight? Hispanic on Hispanic crime tonight? This is how you stop it, right? Watch this, read.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother and thine heart.
So the Lord said we can't hate we can't hate our brothers. These are all our brothers.
I agree.
The Lord said we can't hate our brothers in our heart, right? Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So the Lord said we should not rebuke our neighbor. The Lord told us to rebuke our neighbor so we won't suffer sin upon him. Right? So guess what? If you're doing wrong, guess what? You say, brother, you know what? You in sin, brother. The scriptures say this. This is why you in sin, right? If we see somebody out there like this brother smoking, we can say, bro, no, bro, you should be smoking.
That's right.
That's right. Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16, right? The scriptures say this. That's not us saying that. God said this to him. Right? Only thing we do is just read the scriptures, and people supposed to hearken unto the scriptures, but a lot of people don't. They don't want to listen to the scriptures, right? But watch this read.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge.
So guess what? If you got a problem with a brother, you shouldn't avenge your brother, or you shouldn't bear a grudge on your brother, right? Read.
Against the children of thy people.
Say against the children of our people. Now he ain't say all other nations, say our people. And see, God got a problem with it, man. And a lot of times, you know what our brothers and sisters do? Our brothers and sisters hate our nation of people so much to the point. Guess what? Think about the radio. They ready to kill a nigga.
That's right.
They ready to whoop a nigga.
Right.
They gonna sell drugs to a nigga. They gonna pimp a hoe out. You see how that thing go? Why the Chinese people ain't rapping about killing a Chinese man? Why the Chinese man not? But why the so-called white man ain't not rapping about how he could kill a white man?
That's what I was gonna bring up next. I'm a barber. I went to barber school in Chinatown. The Chinese people.
Well, in Chicago?
Nah, in Florida.
In Florida, okay.
The Chinese people are very together.
They
very
are
organized. They sell to their own people as far as market, fruit, produce. They sell to their own people. They look out for their own people.
That's right.
And they will tax the outsiders.
That's right.
Which I can't necessarily blame them for that, especially when they all coming from a foreign country trying to come over here and make a living. Now, if you look at the economic gap between all the different races, it's white people and then it's Asians. And everybody else fall up under that.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I don't look at that as a problem if all the tribes of Israel looked out for all the tribes of Israel the same way.
But guess what? Our God got a problem with that one thing that the so-called white man's being on top.
That's right.
Our God got a problem with that. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6.
Bring it on.
Right? Our God got a problem with it because we're supposed to be a nation we don't supposed to be at the bottom.
That's right.
Go to Deuteronomy 28:44, man. Right? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The Lord said we are holy. That means we separate from all other nations.
Right.
Just think about it, man. No other nation really want to deal with us like that.
That's right.
That's why the Lord called us holy, man. Right? Read.
The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto
So
himself.
the Lord said he chose us to be a special people unto himself. Watch this, because this is an important thing. Read.
Above all people.
No, above some people.
Above all people.
The Lord said he chose us above all the people on this earth.
Right.
So guess what? It's one nation that's supposed to be on top, which is us.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, guess what? We the nation at the bottom.
That's right.
And that's a sad thing, right?
I hate to say it this way, but I kind of feel like we cursed.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting verse 15.
Every other nation, like America,
I already got them locked in.
deal with racism. Every other country.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch what the Bible say. Read it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Guess what? Your spirit bearing witness with this brother, man. Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So guess what? If we don't listen to this Bible, right? Read.
To observe.
To what?
To observe.
To look at it. That's what to read. To think about it. Put it on our mind. Read.
To do all his commandments.
Do all God's commandments. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses.
That's what the Bible say. All these curses, read,
shall come upon
it's
thee.
gonna be coming up on us, read,
and overtake.
And it's gonna overtake us.
Right.
So when you say you feel like we in the curse, brother, we are in the curse, brother.
Right.
This is a curse. Why? Because we forgot to listen to our God. We listen to everybody else but our own God, man.
Right.
And our God got a problem with it, man. Right? Let's just read down. Right? Read.
Curse shall thou be in the city.
Every city in the world that you go to. Every hood you go to, who in the ghettos? Who in the hoods? You can go to any country, you'll see us in the hood, man. Prostitution, poverty, it's all us. This is a curse that God put us under because we wouldn't listen to him, right? Read.
And curse shall thou be in the field.
When it said curse shall we be in the field. Guess what? Cotton field.
Right.
Tobacco field, rice field, modern day work field, last high, first five, man.
Right.
Right?
Modern day prison system.
Modern day, That's right. You see what I'm saying?
Bring it out.
Guess what? And a lot of brothers and sisters don't understand. When brothers and sisters get locked up, guess what? You go to the field.
Right.
You didn't want to work before you made it there, but guess what happened when you get there? You go and they gonna make you work. And guess what? 17 cents a day. You might stay there for 2 or 3 years, they gonna give you a check for $100 for all your good services that you did there.
Teach y'all.
Boy, that's slavery. Boy, I'm talking about that's slavery at its finest.
Right.
Right? Watch this read.
Curse shall be thy basket and thy store.
The Lord said curse gonna be our basket when we go in the store. Brother, just think about it. You go in the store right now, you spend, say for you want to go to the mall. I want to spend $5,000 today. But you be worried about paying your rent next month. You see how that is? Our basket is hurt, man. Right? We hurt. Watch this, man. He said, curse will be our basket. What about our stores? Do we got, guess what? They got a big T over here. There's a lot of so-called black people work here. There's a lot of Africans work there too. Right? But guess what? Sweet Georgia Brown. Is it a Sweet Georgia Brown in every city? No, but it's a Kroger's or a Publix in every city. Guess what? It's a 7-Eleven all over the country.
Right.
Guess what? You got hood stores and people thinking that they making it. You're not making it with that. Right? There's a lot of hood places. Guess what? They only make it and they making money in their community. But they ain't making money outside of that thing, man. Right? Do you know anybody that owns a water company? Personally. Do you know anybody that owns a electrical company? Personally. No, you don't. Guess what? And we don't need them.
Right.
But that lets you know the control is there with the other nations. Why? They face is on the money. Think about it. Their face is on the money, 100%. Right? Come down to verse 46, man. Gonna get to it, man. Read it up.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
These curses gonna be upon us for a sign. That's why you can identify right now, man. You say, man, I feel like it's a curse, because you can identify something going wrong. Why the hell we the best of the best and we at the bottom?
Right.
Something got to be wrong with that picture, man. Right? Read it.
And for a wonder. And upon thy seed forever.
He said it's gonna be upon thy seed forever, man. Guess what? Let me ask you a question. Do you know your pops?
Yeah.
Was
we
it?
got a bit of an odd relationship.
Odd relationship.
I wouldn't call my pops no deadbeat. I can call him right now.
Chop it up, but do he? Is he an owner of a lot of stuff? He's struggling too, huh? A little bit.
No, he well off.
He well off.
Came over here from Jamaica, 20 years military.
Uh-huh.
Real estate. I ain't gonna say the man rich, definitely ain't rich,
But he had to go buy stuff from other people, basically, too, just like we all do too, right? Okay, then watch this. Read.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
See, because a lot of our people as a nation, in the totality, right? It's gonna be people, guess what? They gonna be making it a little bit. In every captivity the children of Israel went to, we had people that was rich.
That's right.
Right? But just because they was rich in wealth, what about your spirit? That's why the Most High God said it's gonna be hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom.
Pick it up.
Teach y'all.
Right?
Teach y'all.
But even though it's gonna be hard for a rich man to enter into a kingdom, you gotta think past it, brother. We gotta think as a nation, why in the hell we can't get about the ghetto? We had Obama that was president, so-called black man. Guess what? Dallas hood still looked the same to me when they was in office. Guess what? Memphis hood still looked the same to me. Right? Chicago hood still looked the same to me. Atlanta hood still looked the same to me.
That's right.
Guess what? Florida hood still looked the same. We had a black president, so that mean nothing.
That's right.
That's right.
He gonna have to play their agenda too. Because if he don't, they gonna kick that nigga to the curb and they gonna punish him, man.
Teach y'all.
That's right. Guess what? They could have put you as being the president. You was gonna be in a hard damn spot. And you gonna have to do what master say to do. If you don't, guess what? You gonna have to pay the piper.
Right.
We've been killed at all times. I feel like if man made one mistake, they was going.
Man, I'm gonna show you how much disrespect they did for this man in office. I'm gonna show you how much disrespect. When have you ever in your life seen a president and you got and they showing his wife and him in the bed? whenever they ever show their president with they showed a picture of Obama with him and his wife laying in the bed. That's some disrespectful. Guess what? I dare a Negro that's around me right now go take a picture of me and my wife in the bed. It's gonna be a problem, man. It's gonna be a damn problem. But guess what? That's a disrespect that they have for us because they don't care. They show, guess what? They get the strongest nigga and butt break this nigga.
That's right.
What you think they doing to these Negroes out here, man, that hang out downtown? They look tough sometimes, but guess what? If these white people want to, they take the biggest nigga out here and make an example out of him.
Right.
They take the strongest Negro out here and make an example out of him. They take the nigga out here that's making the most money and they'll make an example out of him in front of everybody. And guess what? The talk be like this. Hey man, such and such, man, you know what happened to such and such? Now everybody talking about such and such because guess what? They got such and such. And ain't now one of you Negroes gonna do nothing about it. And if they come get you, guess what? Everybody gonna be like, hey man, they got such and such too. Right? But watch this though, read it.
For the abundance of all things.
Because guess what? Since we in service of our God, and we ain't keep our God's commandments, and guess what? And show our God the joyfulness and gladness of our heart, this is what our God said, man, read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So since we ain't do that, the Lord said we got to serve our enemies. Right. Guess what? We can have our own business. We can hate. Yeah, unfortunately, like a mug. What's up, player? You from the Himalayas, ain't you? I know your pimp ain't raised strong, ain't you?
I'm gonna have to fall out of here in a minute, but on the topic that you said, unfortunately, we do gotta serve massive in order to get where we want to get to.
You do.
We can't play like the how do I say Leviathans, the people of Levi. We can't stage no rebellion and end up on top like they did. And even look at Haiti now. That place finna fall apart.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
They don't got no type of support. They said, all right, y'all want y'all free. We gonna leave y'all niggas out here to die.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like we can really do that and survive in this nation. So
Yeah. But you gotta think about it.
niggas gonna have to be named Richard and Timothy. Niggas gonna have to code switch. Niggas gonna have to rub elbows with Massa in order to get where he want. Just hopefully in that time he don't switch out his value.
See, but the thing is, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of our people, instead of going to Master and serving Master, how much more better if we serve the person that was over Master, which is the Most High God.
That's right.
Because guess what? We know the so-called white man, he got power. He got power like E-Mug. Guess where we came from? It came from the Lord, man. Guess what? They the so-called sword that the Lord used to whoop us back into shape. You gotta think, man.
Man, them people is usurpers, man.
Hey, what?
They usurpers. What's this? Like when a king come and takes some land that ain't really his for real, he a usurper. He took that shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like them people is usurpers. It was probably once at one point in time all spread out as evenly as it could be, but they say, nah, this is gonna be ours for generations to come.
See, because guess what? It's just like the so-called Northern Tribe, our Northern Tribe brothers, the so-called Hispanics,
Right.
so-called, guess what? There's a lot of Simeon, Reuben, all of them, Naphtali, all of them came over to this side of the country.
Right. That's right.
The Lord gave them this land, man. Give me Lamentation right quick. I'm gonna show you what the scriptures say this, man.
Bring it out.
Give me Lamentation chapter 5. Right? After Jeremiah, we're gonna see how fast y'all get to it. Lamentation 5, man. Read the verse 1.
This is the book of Lamentation, chapter 5, verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach.
So guess what? Our reproach goes in the Bible. It goes into, guess what? We in trouble. We calling these people's on our necks. Jump down to verse, right here, verse 4.
Verse 4. We are drunken our water for money.
So the Lord said, guess what? Our water now, we got to pay for it.
Right.
He said, we are drunken our water for money, read.
Our wood is sold unto us.
And our wood, we got to even buy the wood. That's crazy. We want to build something, we got to buy the wood. We got to buy the land too. Right? Read.
Our necks are under persecution.
Our necks is under constant persecution. Man, they can kill a nigga anytime they want to, and guess what happened? And can't none of us do nothing about it. We ain't gonna do nothing but talk. That's the reason why I hope you leave. When you leave today, I hope you call the number because you can learn a lot more. Because we got a school and everything.
That's right.
But if you leave today and you got to know two things, that you're an Israelite.
That's right.
You got to know that you got to keep God's commandments.
Right.
That's the only way we're going to get out of our condition. If we all thought like this,
That's right.
we can change. This whole system will change overnight.
Bring it out.
All of us in the world stop spending our money on Saturday.
Right.
You think we can't break this economy? We'll break this economy worldwide if we all did that, man.
Right.
Because guess what? This is how they do. They put the best restaurants in the so-called white people's neighborhood. But when they want to start a chain, they put one restaurant in the nigger's neighborhood to see if it's gonna thrive. That restaurant thrive, even pop up, boom, 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 boom. They all over the city now. We ain't no more lab rats. We've been lab rats to them forever.
That's right.
Right? That we lab rats, right? Why? Because we do the same thing the Lord told us not to do.
That's right.
We think that, well, we can just slide in with Master. Guess what? Master don't give a damn about you.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. If he can oppress you, guess what? And he might, say for you working at a job. You and Billy, y'all might be cool in the mud.
They both in there.
But guess what? You got a high position. Guess what? Billy gonna be going to office. Why y'all got this nigger in this position? Dang, y'all just got this nigga just over me and stuff. Man, I don't accept that, man. His dad come down here. Now his daddy, like damn, Billy, what your daddy doing in the office? Oh man, he just grew up with him back in the day. Now all of a sudden, now you got to train Billy your job, and Billy your supervisor.
That's right.
Bring it out.
That's right.
That's sad, man.
It is sad, man.
Because guess what? And you like, dang, Bill, I thought you was my friend. He like, man, I am your friend, man. It's gonna be okay. And you thinking it's still gonna be okay, but guess what Billy did? He gonna snake your ass out, man.
Right.
Right, read it.
Are next or under persecution.
Read.
We labor and have no rest.
So guess what the Lord said? We're gonna be laboring and have no rest. Come up to verse 2.
Verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
So this goes into them taking our lands. The Lord said, our
That's okay, we're gonna go ahead
inheritance is
and let it
turned
go
unto
ahead.
strangers. Because they are, guess what? The so-called white man, he a stranger to this land.
Right.
He wasn't here at first. You know it's the indigenous people that was here. The native people, right? Which is on this tribe, man. They was here before they came here, man. But guess what they want? They see the fruitful land. It's like, oh man, we got to take that. Guess what they do? They covered every city by blood, man.
Right.
Mass genocide.
That's right. That's what they do. Genocide. Guess what you think happened to the Mayans? 77 million Tiano Indians were killed by them, man. What the damn buffaloes and stuff at, man? Man, what nation of people are gonna kill off a whole species of animal? You can mess the ecosystem up like that, man.
Right.
That's right.
But they'll do it, man. Why? Because they some vultures, man. Right? Read it.
The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed.
Read.
When the morning is light,
So guess what? And that's how the so-called white man work. We said they work iniquity on their bed. You know what that means? They thinking about what they can do to overthrow you.
Right.
They got plans. They got think tanks to guess what? See how they can trap a whole bunch of niggas. Right? Read.
they practice it.
They practice it at night. They come up with a full-fledged plan at night. But watch what happens in the morning.
Because it is in the power of their hands.
It's in the power of their hands to do it. Read.
And they covet field.
And they cover field. Read.
And take them by violence.
And they take every field by violence. Guess what? If you don't, like they formed a thing called a brick. Man, you think the United States gonna be happy with that? You think they not gonna fight back? Well, you got to be out your mind, man. They gonna pay for it, man, right? Or guess what? The United States gonna pay for it, or they gonna pay for it, right? But watch this, read.
And houses. And take them away.
And take them away, read.
So they oppress a man in his house.
They oppress a man in their house. Because guess what? The so-called police, the so-called white man and his goddamn on police, guess what can happen? They'll come and put you and your damn children on the ground and you can't do nothing about it.
That's right.
They're gonna put your mom on the ground, they're gonna put your daddy on the ground, they'll put your grandma on the ground, man. You can't do nothing about it.
That's right.
Guess what? Police come right here and put all these Negroes on the ground on that side of the road, and guess what? Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You can say, hey man, you better get up off them. They said, man, you better take your ass home or you're gonna be down here too.
That's right.
Get what nigga gonna do? He gonna try this little asshole
That's
off.
right.
Because they don't run nothing, man. Guess what? The only way everybody say that they call us being Israelites, they say y'all racist. We can never be racist as a so-called black man and a Native American man.
Bring it out.
We can't never be racist. They racism, so-called white man racism, guess what happened? They racism, they can stop you from getting a job.
That's right.
They can stop you from getting money.
Right.
They racism can cut your lights off.
Right.
Can cut your water off.
Right.
That's
Our
right.
racism be like, I hate you. I hate the white man.
Right.
And it does nothing to them.
That's right.
That's not racism. They racism, they can show you how much they hate you. We can't show them how much we hate them, man. Because guess what? If we really showed them how much we hate them, we'll kill their ass off the planet.
That's right.
But guess what? We know we got to wait on the Lord.
That's
So
right.
that ain't our fight, man.
Right.
We know we got to wait on the Lord. But if it was, guess what? The Lord put that might in our hand, they probably be already gone.
That's right.
Because guess what? If the Lord killed all the so-called white men off the planet today, I wouldn't shed a tear.
That's
I'm gonna go home,
Right.
go give me a shot of this Remy VSOP, and I'm gonna put me about this much in my cup, and I'm gonna drink it all the way down, man.
Right.
Right?
Read. Even a man in his heritage. Therefore, thus said the
The
Lord.
Lord, guess what? It says he gonna oppress a man and his heritage. Guess what? Before today, did you know usually one of God's chosen people that you was up under a curse for real? You felt like it, but the Bible literally
Felt like
you can feel it. Guess what? When I was a little kid, look, I've been since a little boy. I felt like I said, man, mama, why us?
Right.
I appreciate what y'all doing here. Like, I don't really think that I would find myself like going to a school or nothing like that, but I feel like it's important to become educated.
That's right. Watch it, even 1 Corinthians 3.
Bring it out.
And when you suppose, guess what? Even if you did go to our school, even if you didn't, guess what? They know that you're an Israelite. To know, guess what? Deuteronomy 10 and 12 right quick.
Bring it out.
Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Watch this, man. Start at verse, verse 4. Verse 5.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Who then is Paul? And who is
He
Apollos?
said, who did is Paul? Just like this, my name is Jerubbaal. He's like, who did is Jerubbaal? Who did is the Battle Axes, right? Read.
But ministers, by whom ye believe,
Read.
even as the Lord gave to every man.
Read on.
I have planted.
So guess what? On our job, guess what? It's to plant the seed with you, man, right? Read.
Apollos water.
Guess what? And the next thing gonna happen, the Lord said, guess what? That seed gonna get watered. Just like you, like Maccabee planted the seed. Guess what? I might be the one that's watering the seed right now, man. But
That's
read.
right.
But God.
But who?
But God.
Who?
But God.
But God, read.
Gave the increase.
God gonna give the increase on it, man. That's right. Guess what? Because one thing about it, if we had our choice, but we'll make all these brothers that's an Israelite, we'll make them get in the truth. And we had our choice. But we'll come down the line, but we'll be tearing their asses all around this mother if we had our own choice, man. But we be whooping ass all around here, boy. I'm telling you, man, these people be mad at us, man. And we had our own choice. Because guess what? We tired of being oppressed.
That's right.
And we tired of being at the bottom.
Right.
That's why when we see somebody out of order, but I'm telling you, some Israelites be whooping some ass. The Lord said, no, it ain't that time. It's not that time, right? Because guess what? We getting tired. We definitely getting tired. And we had our own choice. But I'm telling you something. These people could, you think they can be out here selling dope? You think they be out here prostituting and hope? But I'm gonna tell you something. It's like on the block of boy and test a man's up, boy.
That's right.
Tell you something, man. Right? Read it up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Read.
And now Israel.
And now who?
And now Israel.
Read.
What do the Lord thy God require of thee?
So guess what? Out of all the teaching that you get, brother, there's a requirement, and I hope you understand it, man. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy
The
God.
Lord said, guess what? He wants you to fear him, man.
right.
That means it goes into respecting God, right? Read.
To walk in all his ways.
To walk in his way, that means to do something, right? Read.
And to love him.
And to, guess what? If you love God, that means you're keeping God's commandments, man. The scripture will make it plain. Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Read.
To keep the commandments.
To do what, huh?
To keep the
The
commandments.
Lord tell you to keep the commandments, man. And I hope you found your way, guess what, to start reading the Bible.
Right.
Start building up, man.
Right.
Because there's a lot of questions that you got. The Bible answers those things.
Right.
I was waiting for one time that the Bible couldn't answer my question, and I ain't found it yet, bro.
Bring it out.
I've been
That's
doing
right.
this
That's
out
right.
going on 10 years, but I ain't found it yet. I've been waiting to come out here the whole time. I mean, I've been coming out here the whole time. Guess what? I've been waiting for one doctrine. That's why the Lord said, try him. I've been waiting for one doctrine to come out here to confound us. We've been on the block going on 10 years. We undefeated. Undefeated. Ain't now doctrine came out yet. Ain't now religion came out yet. Guess what? Ain't now person, ain't now woman, ain't now child came out yet and condemned and confounded us in these scriptures.
That's right.
That's right. Teach up.
We've been undefeated in this Bible.
Wake them up.
Guess what? They try week after week. You know how many times they done try? Bro, we done went from city to city trying this to see if it works. Bro, we've been tearing ass up all over the country, man. And they ain't did it. Why they ain't found confounded us, man? Guess what? We overseas tearing their ass up right now. Right? We've been doing it. But guess what? That's the reason why this is foolproof, bro. Right? Read the rest of that out. Verse 13.
In his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
Behold, that's it.
He said, guess what? He said, which he commanded us this day, man. Right? Read.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole
This
matter.
is the conclusion. This is the totality of it all. Read.
Fear God
He said what?
Fear
Saying
God
the same thing.
and keep his
He
commandments.
said the same thing. Keep his commandments. Read.
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is your duty, man. This is your duty.